Hey guys, welcome back to our study space. So as per requested, today I'll be sharing about how I write my notes on my tablet. Today's notes is not really a summary notes, but I still hope it will help in explaining how I actually use tablet to write. So let's begin. Firstly, I'll create a note, and usually I'll choose a grid paper, and usually I'll choose this grid paper. Then I will actually change the paper size to A4 because it's the size that we will usually be writing in. So, yep. Next, I will actually need the title, and I will actually use the app that I recommended in my previous video, Over. So what I do is I will create a new image or picture. I don't know I don't know what I'm supposed to call it, but yeah. And I'll choose this landscape one, like either one that has landscape. And then I will type in my title. So today's title is tourism and migration because I'll be writing on that today. Yep. And while I type on that, I just feel that this app is really good because it allows us to choose a lot of fonts. So what I usually use is actually Hello Beautiful because it's really simple and really pretty. And I will change my font color to black so that it'll be against a white background. And I'll zoom in as close as possible so that it's easier for me to crop when I'm trying to paste it into my notes. And I will actually centralize it so that it just looks nicer in general, like when I crop and yeah. So I'll make it against a white background and then I'll just save it. And that's how you do your title. And that's how I do my title. Then after I save it, I'll go to my notes and I will actually insert a photo. Okay, that was an accident, I'm sorry. I will insert a photo and I will crop that to make sure that there's not too much white background at the back. And I will actually place it at the corner, which is actually where you usually place your title, which is at the top left hand side. And depending on my mood, maybe I want the title to be 4 boxes high or 3 boxes high. I will actually adjust and just make sure that it's not too big or too small. It'll take some time to actually arrange it, but I guess it's fun when you just see it completed and it's just right there being like really nice, I would say. So as you can see, I feel that it was too big, so I'm making it even smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah, so I was making it into 3 boxes height. Yeah, and I am done. So next up, what I'm doing is actually I'm gonna start writing. So some people have been asking me whether my phone has palm rejection, so there isn't, and I'm actually using this 2 towel under my palm to prevent my tablet from actually filling my palm. And I've actually changed the pen I use. So this is a Basis pen. It's a 2-in-1 pen, and it's slightly more slippery than the previous one, but I guess it still works. So that is my computer, and I'm just actually starting to write my notes. So firstly, I'll zoom in all the way to like 1000%, and I like to write with black pen, so keeping everything simple. So the first thing that I will actually be writing is actually my headings for my first section. So I was actually searching for my online stuff, so I'm gonna start now. So the first thing that I would do is actually put the background for my heading. So what I mean by background is actually the highlighting. So for my headings, I usually use the red one, and I use red, yellow, green, so in this order. So you will know that which one is the main point, which one is the sub point and stuff. So particularly this is the main point, which is the definition. So as you can see, what I do is that I actually highlight before I write so that the word will be above the highlighter instead of the highlighter being above the word, and then I can actually change the size afterwards. However, I sometimes write before I highlight, and I think that works too if you are okay with it being the other way. Or if you're not okay with being the other way, I can show you later how I actually solved that problem. So while I continue writing, which I don't think you want to watch me write all those boring stuff, which takes a really, really long time. I think it took 20 minutes to finish this. So I'll just skip all of this and I'll carry on when everything's done. Okay, so this is what I've written in the past 20 minutes. So just wanted to show you what I mentioned just now about how I write before I highlight. So what I do is I'll highlight over, and it's not really obvious on the camera, but it's actually above. So what I do is I'll select the word and then I'll cut it and then I'll paste it again. So now it'll be above the highlighting if it matters to you. So that's what I do. And I'll just adjust it slightly so that you make sure it's on the line. And yes, that's how I write my notes. So also, the whole thing being black doesn't stand out much to me. So what I actually like to do is that I'll write my extra notes in blue. So depending on my mood again, I will choose different shades of blue and I'll just write it at the side. So I will just write some thoughts about what I've wrote and I think it's just about questioning what I think what I've written, and I think it consolidates what I've been writing also because it makes me think more. And well, even though I was writing at this side, I eventually felt that it was really weird to be writing in the margin, so I ended up having to shift my entire notes slightly to accommodate this thing on the right side instead. So I shall speed up this part as it took me another 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, so that wasn't a glitch. I just skipped the huge part of it while I actually moved it to my right side already. So right now, what I will actually do is I will duplicate this page so that I will have the heading in the same spot. So I'll actually delete everything. So I'll select everything, I'll delete everything so that this is actually a blank page. And in case you don't want to do this, you can actually duplicate this before you even write, but I clearly forgot about it. So after I'm done with that, I will actually change this background into a white background so that the heading will be a white against white. And this is how my notes will look like at the end. And I'll still have another page if I want to write again. So I'll duplicate more of this before I write so that I have more pages with the same title at the same spot. Yes, that is the end. I hope this video helps, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and comment. See you next time. Goodbye.